Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Milton High School in Milton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls basketball contest between the visiting Wildcats of Milton High School and between the hosting Wildcats of Milton High School. Might have got things mixed up there a second. My apologies. And the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Brookline coming into this contest still desperate to get their first win of the season. They currently stand at 0-15. They were ranked 46th in Division I as of the latest power rankings that came out this morning. Meanwhile, Milton comes into this contest with a record of 4-9, ranked 54th in Division II. So on paper, a more winnable game than Brookline has faced in the past. But Brookline's had some games that looked winnable on paper and they weren't able to execute on. And so we'll see how this one plays itself out. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here in Milton, and you are watching Brookline High Basketball. Gets inside to McMahon, backdoor to Matarazza, and Matarazza floats it up for two. Immediately pass intercepted by Kimbrough. Kimbrough running the fast break, goes up, hits it! Kimbrough chucks it up to the corner. Driving in is Zanini, and Zanini finishes again. Now Agakic running in transition. Agakic sees a lane, runs in, layup is good, and one. Stupka stepping in, blocked twice by McMahon. They swing it around. Gravely for three again. Stephanie Gravely has 18 points today. All right. As you can see, the pregame clock ticking down. And so we will soon get the start of this ball game. All right, we just got our starting lineups, and we're about to have our opening tip-off here in the first quarter. Brookline bringing their usual starting rotation of Olivia Zanini, Jada Kimbrough, Nefeli Agakich, Olivia Matarazza, and Gigi McMahon. For Milton, I believe I heard they're starting both Fish sisters, number 1 Sophie Fish and number 12 Victoria Fish. I heard number 11 Christina McAnulty, number 2 Ava Regan, and there was one I missed, which I'll pick up when they come out on the floor. As always, folks, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if there's anything you'd like to say as the action goes, you can say it in the live chat or send me an email. Looks like the 5th starter for Milton is number 10, Grace Pater. Opening tip-off will be between Olivia Matarazza and Victoria Fish. Warriors versus Wildcats. Here we go. The opening tip is corralled by number 11, Christina McAnulty. McAnulty from the top throws a pass over to number 2, Ava Regan. Almost lost the ball, but recovers it. Swings it back over to McAnulty on the wing. Up top to Sophie Fish. Now across to Pater and over to Regan. Runs in floater. No good. Well defended down low by Olivia Matarazza. Nefeli Agakich off the rebound. Chucks pass up. It's deflected but collected by Gigi McMahon. Pass out to Jada Kimbrough. Across to Agakich, who dribbles it off her own foot. And that's going to go in the backcourt for a backcourt violation. Not the way Brookline wanted to start things offensively. Off the inbound. McAnulty throws inside to Victoria Fish. Kicks it out, swings across. McAnulty steps in, fires long two. No good. Rebound by Victoria Fish, who gets the putback. Zanini passes it up to Agakich in the corner. Agakich stops, throws it up top to McMahon. McMahon starts dribbling, kicks out. Agakich. Agakich resets from the top, starts to dribble, tries to force her way through, forces up a shot, but no good, as she was well defended there. Sophie Fish with the rebound, and now a pass does get to Pater, runs in, loses control of her footing, and commits the travel. Jada Kimbrough walking up the ball. Pass it over to McMahon. McMahon looking. Pass across, Agakich. Agakich dribbles across, pass it over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough dribbles, throws over to Matarazza. Matarazza looking around, pass out to Kimbrough. Up top, Agakich. Agakich starts to drive, kicks out. Kimbrough, open three, no good. Rebound tipped, but collected by Grace Pater. No score yet as McAnulty, or a 2-0 score, I should say. Regan running in, floater, no good. Rebound pulled down by Regan herself. Gets the pass out to Sophie Fish, across to McAnulty, down low. Regan, pass out, and a block. Thunderous rejection by Matarazza. Zanini running in transition. Manages to get a pass away to Matarazza without traveling. Matarazza lost the ball. Fights for the loose ball, gets it back, pass out Zanini. Zanini gives to McMahon. McMahon dribbling across, floats it over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough crossover, runs in, floater, no good. Rebound is going to be collected by Milton, and a loose ball foul. They're going to call that one on Matarazza. First personal, first team foul. Inbound goes to McAnulty and back to Pater. Pater across half court. Gives back to McAnulty, now over to Sophie Fish. Drives, hits a wall, gives out to Victoria Fish. Goes down low, double teamed, forces a shot and gets it in. Victoria Fish with the only points scored from either side so far. Kimbrough floats it inside to Matarazza. Matarazza looking around. Gives to McMahon. McMahon runs in and draws a foul. That foul called on Christina McAnulty. First personal, first team foul. And McMahon hits the first free throw and gets Brookline on the board. Took about 3 minutes and 19 seconds for Brookline to get their first point. As McMahon is off on the second. Rebound is won by Regan, despite a battle from Zanini. Bringing it up now off the bench, number 4, Sophie McFadden. McFadden passes it to Regan. Regan runs in, layup, no good. Rebound, McMahon. McMahon running in transition. Gives to Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch fires for 3, no good. Rebound collected by Zanini, no good on the putback. Fish lost the ball, stolen away by Aga Kitch, throws it out to Zanini, over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough long 2 is good. Jada Kimbrough with the first made shot from the field for Brookline as they cut the Milton lead down to 1. McFadden, pass, misses Pater, and Brookline's going to take the ball back. As we take a look at the replay of that wild long shot, Kimbrough actually came a lot closer to a 3 ball than I first thought. But her toes were on the line, and so that was a good call for a 2. Kimbrough pass inside, lost. Went off the knee of Matarazza, but Kimbrough fights to get it back. Passes out, Zanini, deep 3, no good. Rebound, Matarazza. Matarazza goes up and draws a foul. Olivia Matarazza took a bit of a shot just getting the rebound. But I do like seeing that toughness from her on the boards. Brookline has definitely struggled on the boards. And if Matarazza can develop more of a rough and tumble play down in the post on those boards, then that could be huge for Brookline's development as a team. Matarazza hits 1 of 2 and ties it up at 4. Inbound to McFadden. McFadden across half court. Pass, nobody there, miscommunicated, and it's taken away by Matarazza. Zanini chucks it up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough looking, pass, back drives, gives Matarazza mid-range, no good. And the rebound bounces over Kimbrough's head, but is chased down by Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch resets, starts to drive, spins, looking. Pass gets through to Matarazza. Step, shot, no good. Might have been blocked slightly by number 23, Emily Heaton. Surprised she managed to get ball and not hand on that play. McAnulty travels. 4-4 in what has been a rough offensive outing for both teams thus far. There's been some good defensive plays, but it feels like the lack of scoring is more a result of offensive miscues on both sides. As just 4 points for both teams with 2.5 to go here in the first. McMahon going inside, gives to Matarazza. Matarazza backing down, turns, loses the ball, picks back up, gives out Zanini for 3. No good. Rebound, scrummed for but collected by Heaton. McFadden brings it up, pass up to Pater. Pater starts dribble, ball poked loose by Kyrie Simmons, and McMahon falls on it and forces the jump ball. Possession arrow to Brookline. Kyrie-Simmons, who checked into the game alongside number 4, Ivy Wheeler, gives the ball now to McMahon. McMahon from the top, looking for somewhere to go. Finally chucks a pass over to Wheeler. Wheeler throws to the corner to Zanini. Zanini starts dribbling, tries to force a pass, and it's intercepted by Heaton. Given now to number 33, Elizabeth May, who then gives it to McFadden. McFadden brings it up, and ball's poked loose again, but she picks it up and draws a reach foul. That's going to be called on Simmons. First personal foul, second team foul for Kyrie-Simmons. And now number 14, Sylvie Costant-Greeley, comes in, replacing Zanini. Inbound goes back to McAnulty. McAnulty gives it back to McFadden. McFadden back down, throws up top to May. May gives to Pater and to McFadden. McFadden steps in and pass out to McAnulty. Now across to May. Bounce pass over to Pater, and the pass intercepted by Simmons. Weird ricochets, and McAnulty recovers. Pass shot is not blocked cleanly, and going to the line will be number 20, Kyla Miller, as she draws a foul on McMahon. That'll be McMahon's first personal, third team foul. Miller off on the first free throw. Miller hits 1 of 2. 5-4, the Milton lead. Costant-Greeley throws it up to a wide open Simmons. Three ball is good. The first three ball from either team is hit by Kyrie-Simmons to give Brookline a 7-5 lead. McAnulty passes across to McFadden. Now around the horn they work it. Pater with the ball on the wing. Pass to May. Give and go. Pater lost the ball. Tried to chase it down, but it's knocked loose by Wheeler. And several players fall on it. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow to Milton. Looking back at the replay. Good read by Costant-Greeley, and Simmons just left all alone to hit that three ball. Inbound, tipped, but recovered by Pater, just barely in bounds. Gets a pass away to May. May throws it to an open McFadden. McFadden steps in and draws a foul. .1 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brookline with a slim 7-5 lead, as that foul on Sylvie Costant-Greeley, her first, team's fourth, and Sophie McFadden at the line. And she's off on the first. I'll tell you, if this game keeps up with its rate of low scoring, free throws are going to be crucial for both teams. And McFadden hits 1 of 2. Last seconds ticking away here in the first. Costant-Greeley gives to McMahon, over to Simmons in the corner. Simmons starts to drive, lost the ball. It's recovered by McAnulty. 5 seconds left, pass over to McFadden. McFadden runs in, kicks, shot goes up and sails. No good, and that is how the first quarter will end. Our score at the end of 1, the Brookline High Warriors 7, the Milton High Wildcats 6. So through one, the scoring leaders for Milton, Victoria Fish with 4 points. She is the only player on either team with 2 made field goals so far. Sophie McFadden and Kyla Miller with 1 point each. For Brookline, Kyrie Simmons with 3, Jada Kimbrough with 2, and Olivia Matarazza and Gigi McMahon with 1 each. As we start the second quarter, Brookline brings in another 2 substitutions, number 23, Julia Denker, and number 35, Stephanie Gravely. Brookline going with all bench players to start the second quarter. Simmons hands off to Costin Greeley. Costin Greeley pass over to Wheeler. Wheeler kicks out Gravely for 3. Yes! Brookline opens with a bang as the senior Stephanie Gravely hits one from the wing. Regan dribbling with it for the Wildcats across half court. Looking, passes back door. Reverse layup is hit by Christina McAnulty. 10-8, Brookline leads. Costin Greeley gives to Simmons. Simmons to Gravely. Gravely from the top. Gives to Wheeler. Wheeler runs in, gives to Simmons. Simmons over to Gravely. Gravely for 3 again. Might have been blocked this time. And it's saved by Denker, but recovered by Sophie Fish, who's running it the other way. Lost track of the ball, but gets it back. Pass up top to McAnulty. Quickly over to Regan. Regan steps in. Extra pass gets to Fish. Fish, well defended by Denker, and she misses the shot. And it's rebounded by Simmons, who throws it up to Wheeler. Wheeler keeps it in bounds, runs down to the baseline, and is knocked over. And that's going to be a foul call. Looking back, you see some excellent ball movement. Great instincts by Gravely, stepping away from her defender to fire up that pretty shot from the wing. Gravely takes the ball, puts one up, in and out. Rebound by McAnulty. Miller back to McAnulty. Now pass up, running in is Sophie Fish. Floater no good. Rebound Victoria Fish. Pass out to Miller. Miller over to McAnulty. Open 3, no good. Rebound by Regan. Regan blocked by Denker. Ball's forced out, and it was last touched by Milton. Julia Denker proving a strong defensive presence down in the post as a timeout is called. I cut off that last replay a little short, so let's watch it again. You see Gravely standing in the key and then just sneaks away as her defender was focused on the ball handler and pulls up from the wing there. You know, Gravely, she's had her ups and downs as just about everyone has for Brookline this season. And sometimes, you know, she might be a little quick with the trigger finger when it comes to taking her shots, but when she gets an open look like that, she's one of, if not the most dangerous shooter on this team. I mean, we know that from that Wellesley game where she went off for 18 points, including 3 3-pointers, which is still the highest scoring individual outing from any Brookline player this season. So if Milton leaves her open like that, they will do so at their own peril because she can make those shots if given a nice open look. Simmons bringing it up out of the timeout, gives to Gravely. Gravely dribbling pass to Wheeler. Wheeler fakes, runs in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound. We've got a foul call. An attack is assessed to Gravely as she bumped Fish after being called for the foul. Not much can be said about that. That was just a foolish mistake. And McAnulty hits the first Tech free throw. And does not get the rim bounce on the second. Gravely checks out following the technical foul and is replaced by Olivia Matarazza. And why is Brookline getting the ball? Yeah, the officials are talking about it. And yeah, it is Milton ball. I was like, wait a second, it's not 2 free throws and then give the ball to the other team. That's not how a Tech works. After that brief confusion, it is Wildcats ball. Gravely is called for 2 fouls. The foul on the loose ball and then the technical. So those will be our first 2 personal fouls and Brookline's first 2 team fouls of the second quarter. Pater, pass to Fish. Fish holding it, hands off. McAnulty runs, forces the shot and banks it in. Christina McAnulty now with 5 points, leading all scorers. Pass goes top of the key to Matarazza, given to Danker. Danker barely gets a pass away. Matarazza fires a shot, no good, and it's punched out of bounds. And they say it deflected off of Danker after it was punched by Sophie Fish. Now Brookline brings in 2 subs, Jada Kimbrough and Nefeli Agakich, replacing Simmons and Costant Greeley. Milton with 3 unanswered points. They've got an 11-10 lead. Or actually, they've got 5 unanswered points. Sophie Fish dribbles in, shot, no good. Rebound, Danker. Agakich running up the floor with it. Pass out, Wheeler runs in and draws the foul. Ivy Wheeler almost with a bit of a Euro step there. Went for kind of a hop and then 2 steps for a second hop. And while not the conventional looking Euro step, it did manage to draw a foul. Wheeler hits the first of 2 and ties it up. That foul was called on Victoria Fish, her first personal second team foul. And for Brookline, Gigi McMahon back into the game, replacing Julia Danker. And Wheeler hits both free throws. Ivy Wheeler, I think, is actually the first player we've seen go for 2 for 2 at the line so far today. McAnulty sprinting up with it, pass to nobody, as that's just going to give it right back to Brookline. (12-11), Brookline with a 1-point lead. And that ball knocked out of bounds by Sophie Fish. It will stay with the Warriors. Inbound to Kimbrough. Kimbrough lost her footing, and that ball was kicked, and they don't call it. And it's picked up and thrown to Victoria Fish, who shoves over Kimbrough and is called for the offensive foul. Kimbrough's feet might not have been set, and it might have been the result of both players losing their footing, but the arm extension by Victoria Fish is going to result in an offensive foul call, even if she was just trying to stabilize herself as she fell. Agakich dribbling with it. Swings it over to Wheeler. Now to McMahon. McMahon gives to Kimbrough. Kimbrough pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound chased down by Ivy Wheeler, but her foot hits the line, and that'll be out of bounds. Milton ball. Couple of subs come in for Milton. Number 4, Sophie McFadden, and number 23, Emily Heaton. As they replace McAnulty and Victoria Fish. McFadden Dribbling, gives to Sophie Fish. Sophie Fish runs in, hits a wall, kicks out. Running in is Regan. Floater, no good. Rebound collected by Wheeler, and a jump ball is forced by Regan, and that'll give the ball right back to Milton. Inbound, quick shot, no good. Rebound by Kimbrough after the miss by Pater. Kimbrough sprinting up the floor, gets across half court. Gives to McMahon. McMahon dribbling across, looking around, gives out to Agakich. Agakich dribbling, kicks out to Kimbrough. Kimbrough runs in, floater is good. Pretty touch on that floater by Jada Kimbrough. One of those shots that always just looks so pretty when it goes in. McFadden runs, kicks out. Sophie Fish running baseline, kicks it out to the corner. McFadden tries to dribble in, and a reach foul is going to be called on Kimbrough. Taking a quick look back at the nice play by Kimbrough, gets around her defender, and one of the great assets of Kimbrough in her mid-range game is her ability to pull up quick for a floater like that. Is this inbound intercepted by Matarazza? Wheeler throws it up to Agakich. Agakich backing down. Pass, gets out to Matarazza, kicks it back out. Agakich starts to drive, tries a pass, and this time either they're going to call a foul on Sophie Fish, her first personal, fourth team foul. So the next defensive foul on Milton is going to send Brookline to the line for 2 shots, regardless of whether or not it's a shooting foul. Inbound to McMahon. McMahon from the corner throws up top. Agakich. Agakich swings it over to Wheeler. Wheeler kicks out to Kimbrough. Kimbrough dribbles across, throws it over to McMahon. McMahon runs inside, looking around, gives out Matarazza across Agakich. Agakich driving through, forced the layup, no good. Rebound by Sophie Fish. Sophie Fish in transition, stops, gives to McAnulty. McAnulty starts to drive, extra pass, shot is in from Heaton. Emily Heaton with her first points of the day. It's a 14-13 score. Kimbrough to her right. Pass goes off the hand of Matarazza, taken away by Pater. McAnulty given back to Pater. Pass gets through to McAnulty right into traffic. Ball is loose. Couple players fall on it, and Brookline gets it away to Matarazza. Great hustle by Agakich. Kimbrough running up with it. Pass gets through to Wheeler. Wheeler shot no good. Rebound Sophie Fish. McAnulty now walking it up the other way. Pass up to Sophie Fish. Fish runs in. Shot blocked by Matarazza. And a jump ball as both Heaton and McMahon got their hands on the rebound. Possession arrow to Brookline. A couple of subs for both teams. For Brookline, number 22, Viviana McDonald, and number 15, Amelie Hauner, both seeing the floor for the first time for the Warriors as they replace Agakich and Wheeler. For Milton, number 20, Kyla Miller, and number 33, Elizabeth May, back into the game. Kimbrough gives to McMahon. McMahon over to Hauner. Hauner gives to McDonald. Up top, McMahon. McMahon runs in, kicks out, open. Kimbrough, 3-ball, no good. Rebound collected by May, and they're going to call the reach foul, I believe, on Hauner. That'll be her first personal, 4th team foul. Both teams right on the edge of bonus free throws with less than 40 seconds left in the half. McAnulty dribbling, pass across. May, open 3, no good. Rebound deflects off several players. Last touched by Milton, Brookline ball. Brookline got a little lucky off that deflection. McMahon bringing it up. Gives to Hauner on the wing, now to the corner to McDonald. McDonald dribbles out, gives to McMahon. McMahon starts dribble, floats it over to Kimbrough. Kimbrough pulls up from three, no good. And that's going to bounce out of bounds. 11.7 seconds left here in the second quarter as McAnulty walks it up for the Wildcats. Pass up to Regan. Regan dribbles and steps out of bounds. With 3.1 seconds left, Brookline might get a chance at one last shot if they can move the ball quickly enough. Pass chucked up to Hauner. Hauner not sure what to do as she wasn't really within range for a shot there. Really probably needed to throw one more pass. But that is how the half is going to end. Our score at the end of two, the Brookline Warriors 14, the Milton Wildcats 13. Both teams scoring 7 points in the second quarter. Playing even in that one after playing almost even in the first. Last bucket from Brookline came on this nice floater from Jada Kimbrough, and indeed Kimbrough the leading scorer for Brookline so far with 4 points. Kyrie Simmons and Stephanie Gravely with 3 points each. Ivy Wheeler with 2, and Olivia Matarazza and Gigi McMahon with 1 point each. For Milton, Christina McAnulty with 5 points to lead the Wildcats. Victoria Fish with 4, Emily Heaton with 2, and Sophie McFadden and Kyla Miller with 1 point each. During this halftime break, I'd like to take a moment and direct your attention to some helpful links in the description section down below. First, you can find a link to the official Venmo account for the Brookline High Girls Basketball Booster Club. If you would like to send some money and support this program financially, you can do so there. Also, some helpful links for our local charity spotlight, Brookline Cares. Brookline Cares is a volunteer organization run by Brookline High School students, which seeks to raise awareness and funds to help people experiencing homelessness. Brookline Cares works closely with an organization called the Empowerment Plan. The Empowerment Plan hires and trains those experiencing homelessness to manufacture their special type of coat, known as the Empower Coat, which can double as a sleeping bag. The coats helped keep those struggling with homelessness warm during these colder winter months, while the jobs manufacturing those coats can help break the cycle of homelessness through gainful employment. Over the past 3 years, Brookline Cares has purchased and distributed over 200 Empower coats and 1,000 pairs of Bombas socks to local community organizations and emergency departments that care for the homeless, and you can help them bring more warmth to those in need. Down in the description section of this video, you can find a link on the website classy.org where you can donate money to the Brookline Cares team, supporting their efforts to purchase and distribute more Empower coats. Or if you're a student interested in joining Brookline Cares, you can find another link in the description section, this one to the organization's website on wixsite.com, where you can find more information about the group and how you can contact them. Once again, check out those links in the description section down below and help spread the warmth with Brookline Cares. At halftime, Brookline 14, Milton 13. Can Brookline follow through in the second half to perhaps get their first win of the year? We'll find out. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you from Milton High School in Milton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of the second half of tonight's high school varsity girls basketball contest between the hosting Milton High Wildcats and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Brookline holding on to a slim 1-point lead at 14-13. And really, what a defensive slugfest this has been so far. Pardon me. Only 3 players between these two teams have hit multiple shots from the field. For Milton, Christina McAnulty and Victoria Fish. McAnulty with 5 points, Fish with 4. And then for Brookline, Jada Kimbrough with 4 points. And really, it feels like it's been a mix of some good defensive play that's limited the number of quality chances that the offenses have been getting, combined also with some players just not able to take advantage when they get those quality looks. It's a little bit of both, and it's resulted in perhaps the lowest scoring outing we've seen all season, at least in regards to both teams combined. And you're just kind of waiting to see who is going to break things open. Starting lineups back out on the floor for both squads to start the third quarter. For Brookline, Zanini, Kimbrough, Agakic, Matarazza, and McMahon. For Milton, both Fishes, Regan, Pater, and McAnulty. Here we go. First possession of the third quarter is taken by Milton. Pater pass across to Regan, now over to McAnulty, back up to Regan. Regan tries to knife through a hole, running floater is banked in. Ava Regan, despite the hand in her face, gets the first bucket of the second half. Zanini throws it over to Agakic. Inside, Matarazza backing down, layup, no good. Gets her own rebound, tries the shot again, no good. Rebound collected by McAnulty. It's a good look for Matarazza. The rim just didn't agree with her. Quick passing, Regan throws to Pater, back to Regan. Regan running, pass out to Sophie Fish. Gives it back out to McAnulty, across to Regan, back to McAnulty. 3 ball, no good. Rebound, McMahon. McMahon brings it up. Gives to Agakic. Agakic sets up from the top, gives to McMahon. McMahon dribbling in, turning around, kicks out Matarazza. Matarazza across to an open Zanini. Zanini runs in, layup, no good. 2 shots at short range refuse to fall for Brookline, or 3 shots, I should say, including the putback attempt last possession. Regan's pass across to Pater, fakes, steps in, hits a wall, throws it out to Sophie Fish. Up top, McAnulty inside Victoria Fish. Outside Regan, back inside Victoria Fish. Shot no good, draws a foul. That'll be Matarazza's second personal, first team foul. Fish hits the first of 2. And she hits them both. 6 points now for Victoria Fish. She leads all scorers. Zanini's pass deflected, and Pater couldn't collect it inbounds. It'll stay Brookline ball. Inbound to Matarazza, turns around, pass intercepted by Sophie Fish. Fish running the other way, kick out is blocked out of bounds by Matarazza. Inbound gets to Victoria Fish, runs in floater, no good. Rebound collected by Kimbrough. Kimbrough running up the floor, looking for somewhere to go, throws inside Matarazza, turnaround jumper, no good. And the rebound collected by McAnulty. Pass up to Sophie Fish, back out to McAnulty, to Regan, to Pater, back to Regan. Regan lost the ball going inside, and a jump ball as both Matarazza and Victoria Fish got their hands on it. Possession arrow to Brookline. Kimbrough gives over to Zanini, pass up disrupted, but it is collected by Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch manages to run it across half court. Kick out to Kimbrough. Kimbrough gives up the shot, gives to Aga Kitch, and Aga Kitch hits it from 3. First points of the night for Nepheli Aga Kitch, and a big bucket there ties things up. Kimbrough, it seems strange she surrendered that potential corner 3, but Aga Kitch ended up hitting it from the wing. (17-17) the tie score here in the third quarter, 5:15 on the clock. And Brookline, after going inside on 3 straight possessions, this time decided to go for the drive-in kick. And it ended up working very well as Aga Kitch, some good follow-up movement off ball after passing that one away. Out of the timeout. Brookline showing full court press. Inbound to McAnulty as Brookline backs off the press. Pater across half court, and a foul is called on McMahon. That is McMahon's second personal, second team foul. It's tough. McMahon plays a very physical style of defense, and so she's going to get called for more fouls. And then because she's called for a lot of fouls, she doesn't get the benefit of the doubt as she steals that one. Pass it up to Matarazza. Matarazza with the fast break layup for 2. The physical defense giveth away, but then the physical defense taketh for Gigi McMahon. A nice takeaway there and a setup for a fast break lay-in by Matarazza. That ball on the floor rolls out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Brookline as they confer over that one. We take a look at the replay. A nice pass block off of McMahon, who is playing very close defense, showing no fear despite the recent foul call, and gave it up to Matarazza, who executed well on the fast break lay-in. McAnulty over to Pater, and a steal is called for a foul. You can sense the frustration from up here as Jada Kimbrough thought she was going to have a fast break layup of her own, but instead she's called for her second personal foul and third team foul. McAnulty starts dribbling, kicks out, running baseline, blocked by Matarazza, and it goes out of bounds, last touched by Regan as she was trying to recover the blocked shot. Good, clean defense down low by Matarazza to give Brookline another takeaway. Kimbrough over to Zanini. Her pass misses Aga Kitch and flies out of bounds. Substitution for Brookline, number 11, Kyrie Simmons back in the game, replacing Olivia Zanini. For Milton, number 4, Sophie McFadden replaces Ava Regan. McAnulty gives over to Sophie Fish, runs in, pass over to McFadden. McFadden backing down, gives out to McAnulty. McAnulty dribbles in, spins, shot, way off the mark. Rebound, McMahon throws it up to Simmons on the run. Simmons juggled the pass a bit and simply resets. They work it around. Aga Kitch now with the ball. Off a pick, steps back. Off another pick, steps in, goes up, left-hander, no good. Rebound, Matarazza, putback is good. Great positioning. Great scrapping for the ball by Matarazza, and she finishes on the putback and disrupts that attempted layup and gets the defensive rebound. Kimbrough bringing it up. Gives now to Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch swings it over to McMahon. Now to the corner to Kimbrough. Back out to McMahon and across to Simmons. Simmons gives Aga Kitch. Aga Kitch driving in. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound almost collected by Matarazza, but it was tipped away from her by Sophie Fish. Fish looking, pass up to McFadden. Back out to Sophie Fish. Knocked loose, but recovered by Fish. Pass over to McAnulty. McAnulty to Pater. Shot airballed, recovered by Victoria Fish. Put back no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds. I think it'll stay with Milton. It will. Taking a quick look back at the last putback by Matarazza. Great rebounding job by the junior captain to hit the putback there. Pater across, Sophie Fish, quick shot is good. Sophie Fish caught her defender showing her back and put up the quick shot. Timeout called by Brookline with 2:35 left in the third quarter. Brookline still holding a slim lead here in the second half. So Brookline still not only very much in this contest, but actually holding a slim lead deep into the third quarter. In a lot of games this year, usually by this point, Brookline is well out of the contest. But showing a real fighting chance here as a couple of subs onto the floor for Brookline. Stephanie Gravely back in the game, and number 12, who was a JV call-up in the game. Unfortunately, I don't know who number 12 is. If anyone knows, please correct me in the live chat or in an email. As she takes the inbound and sprints up the floor and kicks out to Simmons. Throws inside Matarazza, kicks out Gravely for three, no good. Rebound collected by McAnulty. McAnulty throws it up to Sophie Fish. Fish gives it out to McFadden. McFadden steps in, kicks out McAnulty across to Pater. Back to McAnulty. McAnulty throws to a backdoor, cutting Pater. Missed the layup. And the out of bounds, last touched by Pater. So it'll be Brookline ball as number 4, Ivy Wheeler, checks back into the game for Brookline, replacing Aga Kitch. Simmons throws it up to Gravely. Gravely backing down, turnaround shot is good. Stephanie Gravely now with 5 points tonight as Brookline goes up by 4. Sophie Fish dribbling, knocked loose. Simmons got her hand on it, and Matarazza picked it up, but her pass intercepted by McAnulty. McAnulty gives it to the corner to Sophie Fish, runs in, blocked, but not cleanly. They call the foul on Matarazza. Matarazza thought she got all ball, but not getting the call that time. Taking a look back at the short-range baseline jumper by Gravely. First free throw is off from Sophie Fish. 1:32 left as Brookline checks out checks out one starter for another. Matarazza out, McMahon in. Second free throw is missed. She missed them both, and Gravely gets fouled on the loose ball. They're going to call that one, I believe, on McFadden. That'll be her first personal. And I believe the first team foul, though they're not showing a team foul at the moment. Simmons draws a foul on Pater. So that'll be Pater's first personal. They're calling it the first team foul, which I'm not sure if that's correct. Brookline trying to break the press, and they do. Wheeler sprinting up with it. Looking around, gives out to McMahon. McMahon for three, no good. Rebound being chased after. And they're going to say out of bounds, Milton ball. And Regan pass barely gets away to McFadden. McFadden now chucks one up, and a pass intercepted, almost intercepted by Gravely. The ball goes to the floor, and now it's stolen by McMahon out of the scrum, and a foul is called. Crazy scrums for the ball, one after the next. And Brookline comes away with a ball and a foul call against Ava Regan, her first personal, second team foul. Simmons inbounds to 12. 12 dribbling. Looking around, gives over to Wheeler. Wheeler to her left gives McMahon. McMahon dribbling across out to Simmons. Simmons drives in, floater, no good, draws a foul. Several quick fouls called on Milton. This one against Emily Heaton, her second personal, third team foul. Kyrie Simmons will go to the line to shoot two. And she hits the first. Simmons now with 4 points today. And she misses the second. Rebound collected by Heaton. Milton working against the press. McFadden lost the ball. It's knocked out of bounds by Wheeler. It will stay with Milton. But you can tell the Brookline bench loving that one. Inbound to McAnulty. McAnulty pass out. Driving in as Regan kicks out McAnulty. McAnulty running in, blocked, but not cleanly. They're going to call that one on McMahon for blocking from behind. McMahon sort of forced to come out of position there because Gravely had kind of been knocked over on the play. So that'll be McMahon's third personal, fifth team foul as Christina McAnulty hits the first of two free throws. And misses the second. Rebound bouncing all over the place, collected by McMahon. McMahon pass off the fingertips of Gravely. Heaton chase it down, flies out of bounds, and they're going to call the loose ball foul on Gravely. It was a hard tumble to the hardwood taken by Heaton, but she gets up okay. That'll be Gravely's third personal, sixth team foul, and we're beyond 5 fouls. We are at the bonus, and so Heaton is going to go straight to the line to shoot two. Heaton banks in the first. 7.1 seconds left in the third quarter. Heaton cuts it to a one-basket game, trying to cut it to 2. And she cannot, but an offensive rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow to Milton. Brookline twice in a row struggles on the boards after a free throw. And one last chance to shoot for Milton. Inbound to Heaton. Heaton looking around. Shot. No good. Ball's tipped away by Gravely, as she manages to defend that last attempt by Heaton. And that is how the third quarter is going to end. Our score at the end of 3. Brookline 24, Milton 21. Brookline leading at the end of the third quarter. A rare chance to get potentially their first win of the season. The officials talking with one of the captains from each team, as things are getting very physical here. The officials might be issuing a bit of a warning. That's just how intense this game has gotten between a couple of teams, low ranked with losing records. Playoff berth seems far out of reach for both squads at this point. And yet they are fighting hard to get a win here tonight. Eight minutes on the clock, one last time for the fourth quarter. 24-21, Brookline leads. Can they finish the job here in the fourth? Number 12 dribbling, goes in and draws a foul. As it is, I'm still not sure who number 12 is for Brookline, as I didn't get a JV roster. But they're going to say no shot on that one. The foul is called on McAnulty, third personal, first team. Inbound goes to Simmons. Simmons looking, throws up top to McMahon. McMahon dribbles, kicks out to 12. 12 throws it across to Simmons, and that pass a little too hard as it bounces off Matarazza out of bounds. Inbound, Sophie Fish. Fish gets across half court, pass to Regan. Regan, pass up top, and now a down low pass intercepted by Simmons. Simmons running the floor, gives to Wheeler. Wheeler drives inside, is blocked, but not cleanly. So Ivy Wheeler will go to the line for 2. As that foul called on number 20, Kyla Miller, her first personal, second team foul. And she can't get the rim bounce off on the first. I said it in the first quarter, with a game as close and low scoring as this one, free throws are going to be critical. As Wheeler hits 1 of 2. 3 points tonight for Wheeler, all at the charity stripe. Inbound, Sophie Fish. Fish passes to Pater. Pater running up with it. Stops, passes to Regan. Regan steps in, blocked by 12, but they call the foul. That'll be the first personal foul on number 12. First team foul. And off on the first is Ava Regan. Substitution for Brookline, Jada Kimbrough back out on the floor, replacing Kyrie Simmons. And no good on the second, but the rebound is tipped and recovered by Miller. Miller could not prevent the jump ball as Gigi McMahon gets her hands on it. Possession arrow does go to Milton, but that flips the possession arrow for the next time they get a jump ball. Inbound shot from Victoria Fish for 2. Victoria Fish now with 8 points. She leads all scorers. Running in and drawing another foul is Ivy Wheeler. It's a 2-point game in favor of Brookline after that layup by Victoria Fish. And Ivy Wheeler drawing another foul, this one again on Kyla Miller, second personal, third team foul. And again, Wheeler unlucky on the rim bounce on her first free throw. And Wheeler again, 1 for 2 at the line. Inbound to McAnulty. McAnulty running, ball stolen. McMahon trying to go up, puts up a shot and draws another foul. Gigi McMahon with a huge defensive play there and a chance to make this a multi-score game. Right now, Milton can still tie this game off of 1 basket as McMahon is off on the first. That foul was called against Ava Regan, her second personal, 4th team foul. So already Brookline on the cusp of shooting the bonus less than 2 minutes into the 4th frame. And McMahon misses both as Fish collects the rebound. Now McAnulty bringing up the ball. McAnulty, dribbling pass was lost. Pater stepped a foot out of bounds while touching the ball, so even though Brookline was about to take it away, they officially get possession off the out of bounds. Sophie McFadden back into the game for Milton as number 12 brings it up. Pass knocked away by Victoria Fish. It'll be out of bounds, still Brookline ball. Inbound to Kimbrough. Kimbrough crossover, runs in, floater no good, but draws yet another foul on the Wildcats. That'll be on Sophie Fish, her second personal, 5th team foul. So this is a shooting foul, so it was going to be 2 free throws either way. As Kimbrough off on the first. And Brookline has got to settle down on their free throw shooting because with them already in the bonus less than 2 minutes into the quarter, they're going to be shooting a lot more free throws. Kimbrough misses them both. Ball bounces out of bounds. Milton ball. Inbound goes to McAnulty. McAnulty sprinting up the sideline, gets across half court. Now throws to the corner to Regan, down low to Fish. Fish draws a foul. They're going to call that one on Kimbrough. 3rd personal, 2nd team foul. As number 12 checks out, replaced by Nefeli Agakic. Inbound into Sophie Fish, gives McAnulty. McAnulty for 3, no good. Rebound, scrummed for, and they call the jump ball just as McMahon was about to rip the ball away. But the possession arrow is to Brookline. Inbound goes to Agakic. Agakic looking for a pick, didn't get it. Trying to keep her dribble, and she does, and barely manages to get across half court, where she gives the ball to Kimbrough. Kimbrough pass across to Wheeler. Wheeler over to Agakic. Agakic drives, kicks out. McMahon steps in, passes out to Wheeler. Wheeler looking across to Agakic. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Matarazza forces a shot, and no foul is called. It bounces out of bounds. Last touched by Milton, but only 1 second on the shot clock, it appears. So Brookline's going to have to catch this and shoot. Inbound, McMahon couldn't get the shot off in time, and at the end of the day, it is a shot clock violation. Her shot didn't even hit the rim, so it wouldn't have mattered. Inbound, almost stolen by Kimbrough, but it gets to McAnulty. Now Regan sprinting up the floor with it. Shot disrupted by Matarazza. Rebound by Fish. Victoria Fish, the first player from either team to reach double figures. She's got 10, and it's a 1-point game. Agakic running, and another foul is going to be called on Milton. I think that's going to be against Ava Regan again, and that's going to send Agakic to the line for 2. That'll be Regan's 3rd personal, 6th team foul. And again, this is where Brookline needs to hit these free throws, as Agakic hits the first. So if Brookline can't hit these, then Milton is just going to keep giving them these free trips. Agakic off on the second rebound, tipped. Sophie Fish collects it, and now a reach foul on Agakic. It's going to be a long 4th quarter, folks. Close game. Teams fouling ad nauseum. We're going to be here a while. Strap yourselves in. That was Agakic's first personal, 3rd team foul. McAnulty dribbling. Going in, and another foul is going to be called on Kimbrough. No, they call it on Agakic. That'll be Agakic's 2nd personal, 4th team foul. This might turn into a battle of free throws here in the 4th quarter. Inbound to Victoria Fish, passed out. Regan for 3. No, just rolls out. Tipped out of bounds, last touched by Milton. That was a golden chance for the Wildcats, but they could not capitalize. Again, sometimes the rim just doesn't agree with you. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this ball game. Kimbrough chucks to the corner and misses. And that'll be Milton ball. Brookline still ahead, but only by 2 as Milton calls timeout. I'm not even sure if Brookline has made any shots from the field yet this quarter. No, they haven't. The last field goal, as I was just looking at the replay to double check, the last field goal made was that shot by Stephanie Gravely. And since then, it's just been all free throws. And Brookline hasn't been shooting particularly well from the stripe this quarter. Four minutes and 15 seconds on the clock here in the 4th and final quarter. It's a 2-point game here between Brookline and Milton. Inbound goes into Victoria Fish. Passed back to Sophie Fish. Now up to McFadden. Cross to Regan. Regan lost her footing, and that foul is going to be called on Jada Kimbrough. That is her 4th personal, 5th team foul. That is the team limit. So both teams are shooting the bonus here in the 4th quarter. And just rolls out. Regan off on the first. This is also a position where Brookline has got to be strong on the boards, as Kimbrough, following her 4th foul, checks out for Kyrie Simmons. And Regan hits the second of 2. It's a 1-point ball game. Simmons running up, passes out to Wheeler. Wheeler looking, pass intercepted, stolen away. Regan, fast break, blocked by McMahon, but not cleanly. Regan kind of lost control of her dribble there, didn't have a very good look at the net. Left an opening for McMahon to block her, but that will be McMahon's 4th personal, 6th team foul. Regan short on the first, but still has a chance to tie here in the second. Brookline sticking with McMahon, even with 4 fouls. Regan misses them both. Rebound by Agakic, gets the pass away to Wheeler. Wheeler running the floor, gives it to Simmons. Simmons slows things down, sets up from the top. Tries to drive, kicks out to Wheeler. Wheeler gives now to Agakic. Agakic starts to drive, kicks out McMahon. McMahon unloads for 3, sails it. Rebound knocked loose, and last touched by Brookline out of bounds. Substitution for Brookline, and a timeout is called. 27-26. Brookline narrowly holding on with 3 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the 4th. Scoring totals so far, Victoria Fish leading not just Milton, but all scorers with 10 points. Christina McAnulty next on the Wildcats scoring list with 6. Ava Regan and Emily Heaton with 3 points each. Sophie Fish with 2, Sophie McFadden and Kyla Miller with 1 point each. For Brookline, Olivia Matarazza and Stephanie Gravely with 5 points each. Jada Kimbrough, Ivy Wheeler, Kyrie Simmons, and Nefeli Agakic with 4 points each. And Gigi McMahon with 1. I feel like I'm missing some points here. Let's see. Nope, I'm not. I was just bad at math for a second. Inbound goes to Victoria Fish, passed back to McFadden. McFadden brings it up. Off a pick, gives to McAnulty. McAnulty swings it across to Sophie Fish. Pass back out, McAnulty drives, finds a lane, and hits the layup. Christina McAnulty gives Milton the lead for the first time in a good while. Simmons drives, forces the shot, no foul call. And a jump ball is forced as Gravely gets her hands on it. Possession arrow to Milton. It looked like almost everybody expected there to be some kind of whistle as they all kind of hesitated to go after that ball. But no foul was called. Milton takes it back. Less than 3 minutes to go with a 1 point lead. Pass deflected out of bounds. And last touched by Fish. Matarazza not only disrupts the pass, but gets the favorable deflection, and Brookline gets the ball back. Inbound goes back to Simmons. Simmons. Pass up top, Wheeler. Wheeler over to Gravely. Gravely looking up top. Wheeler gives Agakich for three. No good. Rebound collected by McFadden. McFadden passing, quick passing, goes up. Regan's pass deflected by Matarazza, and Regan lost track of it. It's picked up by Agakich. Agakich running the ball the other way. Agakich fighting through, disrupted, and a jump ball is called. Big defensive play there for Milton. Stops the shot attempt. Possession arrow does point to Brookline. So Brookline with another chance to potentially score and take the lead. Quick inbound. Gravely turns around and hits. Clutch bucket from Stephanie Gravely. She's got 7 points tonight. Brookline back on top. Running in, McAnulty breaks through for another lay-in. McAnulty answers immediately, and a timeout is called. The two teams trading blows back and forth. This, the latest bucket for Brookline, and the first shot the Warriors have made from the field all quarter. But Christina McAnulty with two big layups back-to-back. She now becomes just the second player from either side to reach double figures, as she's now got 10. A minute 56 left, and it's a 1-point game. This contest coming down to the wire between Brookline and Milton. Here we go, out of the timeout. Brookline rolls it up. Simmons takes it, runs across half court, pass over to Wheeler. Wheeler dribbling, gives to McMahon. McMahon across, gives to Simmons. Simmons over to Wheeler. Wheeler sets from the top, gives to Simmons. Simmons driving through, shot is blocked. Shot was blocked by Fish, recovered by Regan. Regan stops, tries a pass through to Fish. It's lost, recovered by Fish, and a jump ball as Matarazza got her hands on it. And possession arrow to Milton, but tough. And Kyrie Simmons, after twice getting stuffed when trying to force the layup or force a foul call, not getting it. Now being subbed out for Jada Kimbrough. Inbound to Victoria Fish. Fish looking, throws up top. Sophie Fish, ball is poked loose, but Fish recovers. Gives over to McFadden. Now to McAnulty. Back to Regan. Regan drives, gives to McAnulty. McAnulty runs baseline, hits a wall, steps back out, tries to step back in. Nothing there. Pass out to Fish. Sophie Fish runs in. Shot, no good. Rebound knocked loose. Picked up. Agakich throws it up. McMahon all by herself. Layup is good. A timeout is called as Brookline takes back the lead on the fast break layup by the senior captain. 54.2 seconds left in this game as Brookline goes back up by 1. Both teams' fan bases holding their breath here. Less than a minute to go. Leads being exchanged back and forth and back and forth. Right now it's Brookline on top, but it's a 1-point lead until one of these teams can make another unanswered basket to potentially go up by 3. There is no such thing as a comfortable lead right now. Gigi McMahon, that was her first made field goal today, that fast break lay-in. But what a time for it to come. Out of the timeout. They're looking for an inbound, and they get it to Regan. Regan gets trapped, but passes away to McFadden. Quick passing, McAnulty, and up to Sophie Fish. Fish running, stops. Defender lost her footing. Shot, no good. Rebound is a jump ball. Possession arrow to Brookline. The scoreboard is showing possession arrow to Milton, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. It is possession arrow to Brookline. Jada Kimbrough managed to snag that ball and hold on long enough for the jump ball call. The Milton coach arguing about the possession arrow on the scoreboard, but I mean, it's just wrong. Milton got the last one, now Brookline gets this one. Kimbrough dribbles, passes, Wheeler. Might have thought about a shot, but was really far back. Now throws over, Kimbrough's open, blocked on the shot by Victoria Fish. McAnulty draws a foul. Bumps up against Kimbrough, and that's going to be Kimbrough's 5th foul. She's going to have to check out after that one. And that is the bonus, so she's going to go to the line with a chance to tie or take the lead. Looks like they're going to send in Olivia Zanini to replace Kimbrough as Kimbrough commits her 5th foul. And I believe this is Christina McAnulty. It is McAnulty at the line for 2, and a very big 2 with 20.9 seconds left. First one is good. Milton ties it up 31-31. Big free throw coming up here. Misses the second, rebound, fought for, and they call the jump ball. With 18.5 seconds left, the possession arrow points to Milton, and Milton calls timeout. Brookline had a 1-point lead and the ball, but a huge blocked shot by Victoria Fish, crashing to the corner as Kimbrough thought she was going to have an open look. And then Kimbrough called for the foul on the hip bump, sending McAnulty to the line. McAnulty hitting the first free throw, and then on the second one, after she misses, again, Brookline with the struggles on the rebounding. And it came to bite them there as Milton got their hands on it and forced the jump ball. .5 seconds. Who will be the one to step up and make the big play here in the closing seconds of a tie game? Here we go. Inbound for Milton. Inbound goes to Victoria Fish. Pulls up for the shot. Short. Rebound. Another jump ball. As McMahon and McFadden both got their hands on it. This time possession arrow to Brookline. 14.2 seconds left and still a tie game. Brookline with a big chance here. And a timeout was called, I believe, by Milton. Brookline needing everything. Needing to bring absolutely everything to potentially get their first win of the year. Here we go. out of the timeout. Brookline's got 14 seconds. Zanini bringing it up. Looking, pass, Agakic. Agakic dribbling, running in, forced the shot. No good. Rebound tipped, collected by Regan. Pass intercepted, quick shot! No! Ivy Wheeler intercepted the pass at the last second and got a shot off. But once again, the rim just did not agree. At the end of 4 quarters, a winner has not been decided. We'll be putting 4 minutes on the clock for an overtime period here in Milton. Individual point totals at the end of regulation. Christina McAnulty leading all scorers with 11 points for Milton. Victoria Fish with 10. Ava Regan and Emily Heaton with 3 each. Sophie Fish with 2. Sophie McFadden and Kyla Miller with 1 each. For Brookline, Stephanie Gravely with 7. Olivia Matarazza with 5. Jada Kimbrough, Ivy Wheeler, Kyrie Simmons, and Nefeli Agakic with 4 each. And Gigi McMahon with 3. All right, it's a fresh slate with 4 minutes on the clock to decide it all. The opening tip is controlled by McAnulty. McAnulty dribbling, driving, pass, back to Fish, shot, does not go in. Rebound by Zanini. Passed up to Wheeler. Wheeler looking, dribbling across, gives to Agakic. Agakic running in, floater, yes! Nefeli Agakic with the first made basket of overtime. Brookline up by 2. Inbound blocked by Agakic and it flies out of bounds. Inbound to McAnulty. Back to McFadden. McFadden running with it. Pass inside Regan. Regan trying to hold it. Lost the ball! Covered tightly by Zanini, and she lost the ball, and it was picked up by Matarazza. Now Zanini bringing it up. Kicks out Wheeler. Wheeler across to Agakic. Agakic. Pass to Zanini. Now across to McMahon. Now over to Agakic. Agakic fakes the pass. Drives in. Shot. No good. Rebound tipped and collected by Regan. Regan passes it back. McAnulty dribbling. And a foul is going to be called on Agakic. I think from the looks of things, the bonus free throws are going to transfer over. The team foul counts are going to stay the same. And so this will send Christina McAnulty to the line for 2. First free throw off the mark. Number 10, Grace Pater checking back in for Milton, replacing Ava Regan. That foul was Agakic's 3rd personal. McAnulty hits 1 of 2. Brookline up by just 1. Zanini over to Wheeler. Wheeler looking around. Throws it over to Agakic. Throws it back up top to Wheeler. Wheeler hands off to McMahon. Swings it back to Wheeler to the corner. Zanini for 3. Short. Rebound Agakic. Put back. Good! Nefeli Agakic with all of Brookline's points in overtime thus far. Brookline up by 3. 35-32. McFadden bringing it up. 2 minutes left here in overtime as McFadden looking around. Pass out to Sophie Fish. Now over to McAnulty. Down low to Victoria Fish. Shot blocked, but not cleanly. They call Matarazza for the foul. Looking back at that last bucket for Brookline. The rare offensive rebound, and Nefeli Agakic finished it well. Victoria Fish hits the first of two. That foul was the third personal on Olivia Matarazza. Fish trying to cut it down to one. She gets them both. Two big free throws from Victoria Fish make this a 1-point game once again. Wheeler to Zanini, down low, Matarazza back and down, spinning shot, banks it and one! Matarazza has been looking for that shot all night long, and finally she gets it. And she'll go to the line for the end one. Let's take a look at this one again. Finally got the opening to spin to her left and had the perfect angle to shoot it from. No good on the end one, and the rebound is collected by McFadden. So it'll stay at a 3-point deficit. They can't make it a 2-bucket game. Pass goes over to Pater, back out to McFadden, across to McAnulty. Back to McFadden. Now across to Pater, to the corner, McAnulty. Now to Fish. Sophie Fish drives in, gets double teamed, kicks it out. McFadden long two, no good. Rebound Matarazza. Just over a minute left, and Brookline leads by 3. Agakic passes it over to Wheeler. Now up top to McMahon. McMahon back to Wheeler. To the corner, Agakic puts up the 3, might have been blocked. Rebound almost collected by Zanini, but instead it's taken by McFadden. McFadden running it the other way. Pass across McAnulty to Victoria Fish, hands back McAnulty, forces the shot, no good, but does draw the foul. 41.1 seconds left in overtime. And Christina McAnulty goes back to the line with a chance to make it a 1-point game once again. That foul called against Olivia Zanini, her first personal. And she gets the first one. Second one, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Brookline ball. And a timeout is called by Brookline. Boy, you know, I mean, maybe it was just me, but I feel like the Brookline fans had to be sweating when McAnulty hit the first, lined up for the second, and missed. There was a similar horror that happened in the closing seconds of the fourth quarter where they hit the first free throw, missed the second, and then got possession off of a jump ball off the battle for the rebound off the second free throw. We got our first note in the live chat tonight from Kat Jones. What a nail biter, let's go. And nail biter is the perfect phrase, as what a narrow contest this has been. Neither team has led by more than 2 at the end of a period. Brookline has led at the end of the first 3 quarters by margins of 1, 1, and 2. Then finished with a lead of 0 at the end of the fourth. Now stands with a lead of 2 with 39.3 seconds left in overtime. Off the timeout, Wheeler getting trapped pass, deflected, but Agakic chases it down and draws the foul. Agakic hustling well off the blocked pass to get to the ball and draw the foul. She will go to the line for 2, and a very big 2. The foul was called on McAnulty, her 4th personal. Agakic at the line to shoot 2. If she makes both, then Brookline will go up by 2 scores. Way off on the first. Ava Regan checks out. I think Victoria Fish checked back in. Agakich misses them both, and Pater gets the rebound. McAnulty running it up the floor, and a timeout is called by Milton with 26 seconds even left on the clock, and it's a 2-point game. A tough pair of misses at the stripe for Nefeli Agakich, who has been playing so well in this overtime period. But I said, back in the first quarter, I said, free throws can make or break it. And, you know, you look back at all the free throws missed from both sides and how that's gotten us exactly to where we are. Because it literally has been a game where a 1-point swing means everything. Out of the timeout, 26 seconds. Milton looking for the inbound. They get it back to McAnulty. McAnulty setting up from the top. Gives to Sophie Fish. Now to Victoria Fish. Passes it over to McAnulty on the wing. Up top, Sophie Fish. Gives it out to McFadden, across to Pater. Inside, Sophie Fish almost lost the ball. Ball's knocked away! It was knocked away by Zanini, and it's held on by McMahon, and Brookline holds on to win! The monkey is off their back. The dragon hath been slain. Brookline has won a game in 2024. Huge clutch defensive play there at the end. Just one too many passes by the Wildcats. I wasn't even looking at the clock. I was just looking at the ball, but time so quickly ran out. And then a big final deflection from one captain to another. It was deflected by Olivia Zanini over to Gigi McMahon. And Brookline will not go winless in the 2023-24 season. Our final score in overtime, the Brookline High Warriors 37, the Milton High Wildcats 35. What a game, what a finish. A nail-biter to the end. And the Warriors managed to come out on top. Final individual point totals for Milton. Christina McAnulty led the team and, in fact, led all scorers with 13 points. Victoria Fish not far behind with 12. Ava Regan and Emily Heaton with 3 points each. Sophie Fish with 2. And Sophie McFadden and Kyla Miller with 1 each. For Brookline, Nefeli Agakich with 4 big points in overtime to finish as the leading scorer with 8 points. Olivia Matarazza and Stephanie Gravely with 7 points each. Jada Kimbrough, Ivy Wheeler, and Kyrie Simmons with 4 points each. And Gigi McMahon with 3 points. And the final steal recovery to finish the game. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream has concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. And you can also go down below to the description section of this video for some helpful links. You can see a link to the official Venmo account of the Brookline High Girls Basketball Booster Club. If you'd like to donate and support this team financially, you can also see links to the local charity spotlight, Brookline Cares. Help spread the warmth this winter to those struggling with homelessness in our community. And you can also find some links relating to me, which you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. You can also skip past that and email me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. The Brookline Warriors get their first number in the win column for 2023-24. The final score after overtime, the Brookline Warriors 37, the Milton Wildcats 35. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.